guys, so today I thought it would be kind of fun to just have like a chill day, kind of get ready with me. We're gonna go over to the other house. We're gonna go over to the other house today and do some yard work. I thought that it would be kind of fun to just hang out. I'm gonna put a little bit of makeup on before we go. I have been wearing makeup every single day for probably like the last 2-3 weeks. It just makes me feel good. I don't know, normally I just don't care, but lately when I've been putting it on, I just feel like ready for the day and just ready for everything. It is so hot outside today. First tank top of the season, definitely not the last. I'm gonna do like the quickest face of makeup, just chat for a second about the baby and about pregnancy and just about all that kind of stuff. So let's switch over to my other camera now. If you guys can hear like a hum in the background, that's the AC. We don't have a real AC unit here. We have like one of those ones you buy at Home Depot, and they're like a stand-up unit. And let me tell you, it doesn't work great, but if you don't have it on, it is horrible. So I'm doing like the lightest makeup today. I don't want a full face. I'm just gonna be out doing like some yard work because we bought that house and we still have to maintain it, because if you don't maintain that yard, it is unbelievable. It just gets out of control so fast because it's in the middle of the woods, you know, so the ecosystem and everything out there, it just thrives. And so if you don't take care of it and you don't keep up on it, mow the lawn, trim everything back, in 1 or 2 weeks, it's just like unbelievable out there. So we go over there at least once a week and do yard work, and that's today. Plus it gets me active. I've noticed that with being pregnant, naturally I'm just sitting down way more. I mean, that's good. I need to rest and stuff, you know. It was so pathetic the other day. It made me realize how much my muscles in my arms have basically atrophied. We were doing yard work and I was using those big like hedge clippers, and I'm not exaggerating, after 15 minutes of using those hedge clippers, my left hand, when I would clench it, like when I would put my fingers together like this, it was like shaking. It was shaking so bad. My muscles were like, what is being used? So it made me realize I need to do this way more often. I'm gonna be wearing just like a sun hat. I'm not gonna do any eye makeup or anything today. I'm just gonna be putting on some bronzer and stuff. Look how much of this Shady Biz bronzer I've gone through. I'm like determined to get it all the way down to nothingness. So I am 20 weeks pregnant right now. I'm actually like 20 and a half. I can't believe that. It feels absolutely insane to me that I'm over halfway now. And I just found out I was pregnant. I just can't even believe it. I cannot believe it. I'm gonna talk to you guys about that more in a second, because I do have a couple little updates surrounding being pregnant. But before we get into the video, I wanted to talk to you guys. You know, I've been partnering up with HelloFresh for the last few years now, and I absolutely love HelloFresh. They are incredible, and I don't just say that because I'm sponsored, and I know that's hard to believe, but I mean it when I say I absolutely love the food. If you haven't tried it, or if you've been on the fence, I would highly recommend. I mentioned it to my friends, my family, when anybody's like, is there a meal delivery service? I'm like, yeah, HelloFresh. Still to this day, I think my favorite meal that we've had is that flatbread. And tell me if I can't find flatbread anywhere. I have looked at every single store. It doesn't exist. I want to recreate that stinking recipe. So if you don't know who HelloFresh is, they are a meal delivery service. They deliver meals directly to your door in an insulated box. Each time they deliver, you've got your meals in there that are on ice. Everything is pre-bagged out for you. They also send recipe cards in there with 6 easy steps on the back. I would say each meal takes about a half hour to make, and everything is so delicious and fresh, and everything is pre-measured out for you, so you don't have to do any measuring. It's so nice, it's so convenient, and it's so delicious. I think from here on out, we're probably going to continue getting the vegetarian box, which is what we got this week, because there's something about the recipes in the veggie box that I just find I love them. There's nothing about them I don't like. They get really creative with the ingredients and with the flavors, and the flavors are just unbelievable. This week's recipe was so yummy. I absolutely loved it. They have something for everybody. They have low calorie, vegetarian, and family friendly recipes every week. You don't have to do any meal planning or prepping because it's all done for you when you buy HelloFresh. You can change your delivery days, food preferences. You can even skip a week whenever you need to. HelloFresh has donated over 2.5 million meals to charity in 2019, which is amazing to hear. And this year, they're going to even step up their food donations with coronavirus going on. This week, we had the pasta parmesan with zucchini, Tuscan herbs, and marinara sauce. And let me tell ya, this one was so good. It had such a delicious, amazing flavor. The herb packet that you use with it was so unique tasting and just delicious. And I really loved this one so much. It was really easy to make too. I'd say this recipe was closer to like 20 minutes. This one was super fast.
Ooh. Huh. Stringy.
I already know it's gonna be good. It smells so good.
Ooh. Got that crunch.
Delightful. It's so good. that seasoning packet, whatever that was.
Tuscan Fire?
Tuscan Spice? Or Hot Heat? Tuscan Heat.
It smells amazing. I'm gonna look up what's in that because...
It says on the back of the little packet.
I'm gonna look it up. Here, let me have a bite.
Yeah?
That's good.
This means I can't button my pants anymore because
That is also good.
this isn't all from HelloFresh, I promise. You love it? You love my
It's a really dad joke.
Oh, it's a mom joke.
You're everyone's real dad, so.
True.
Look at that thing.
I know. It really got big today. I feel twice as big today.
You're so cute today.
Oh, thanks. I love you more.
Oh my gosh, I love you.
Right now, you guys can get $80 off plus free shipping on your first box when you sign up with HelloFresh. Just make sure at checkout you use the code 80RawBeauty. And again, that will get you $80 off with free shipping on your first box with purchase. Just go to HelloFresh.com and enter the code 80RawBeauty at checkout. All right, and thank you so much to HelloFresh for sponsoring the beginning portion of this video and for continuing to work with me, support my channel, and provide some of the best meals that we've had, no lie. And let's get into the rest of the video. This construction out here has gotta go. This is like that 5-minute makeup, you know, when you're like, I just wanna go, but I just don't wanna look like that. So I'm definitely feeling the baby kicking more. It's moving around so much in there, but it's not, I can't feel all of it. So we got our 20-week ultrasound. We actually have an appointment this upcoming week to go into the doctor and get the results for that. It's so interesting when you get these ultrasounds done, at least for us, and I'm not sure if every place is like this, but they really don't tell you much. I mean, when she was in there, she'd be like, oh, there's the heart, and there's its leg, and there's baby's head. And you're like, everything looked good? And she's like, that's for your doctor to tell you. I'm like, can you just tell me? I get it. I understand that they can't read you the results right there, but you basically leave there having seen the baby, but knowing absolutely nothing about the health of it, which is a little nerve-wracking for somebody like me because I am somebody that like catastrophizes situations in my mind. I'm really trying not to do that because it is so unhelpful. I've done it a few times throughout this pregnancy. Every time I've done it, I've been wrong. So right now I'm just living in the moment, assuming that everything is fine. And then if I'm given reason to believe it's not, then I'll worry. But it is the day after our midwife appointment here, and I know I talked to you guys about this in the video. You know, we didn't have the results and we were gonna go get them, and we actually got them, and they weren't quite good. Yesterday was horrible. It was like the worst day. Just the uncertainty and everything after that appointment, and I wanted to give an update in this video because it felt weird to put it out and then like know the results and tell you later. So I just thought I would insert it into this video. So after I say all of this, we're gonna go back into a time where I didn't know, and I'm just talking about maternity clothes and everything. So we went into the doctor's appointment yesterday, and this is basically like a routine prenatal. They were, you know, checking the heartbeat and everything, but then they also were giving us the results from the ultrasound from last week. She talked to me about my placenta placement, and it says placenta position is fundal and low lying with inferior margin of the placenta 15 millimeters above the internal cervical OS. She was saying that I have a low lying placenta, and when that's the case, sometimes it can be like placenta previa or something where it covers the opening of the cervix, and if that's the case, you have to get a C-section. I understand that every birth is different and nothing usually goes perfectly according to plan. I'm trying to think of it as like hoping for my birth, but knowing that things can change. Apparently, if my placenta doesn't move up, I can't give birth with my midwives because they said that the risk of bleeding after pushing is higher with a placenta that's low lying, and they would transfer my care over to the hospital, which no issues with hospital birth if that's what people want. I just understand that everyone has different preferences on what they're looking for in the care that they want to receive. I was hoping for midwife-led home birth. We're gonna get back into home birth in a moment. So that was scary because she was telling me that it may completely change the course of the plan, and I'm a very planned person. I like to have an idea, have a plan, and if things deviate from that plan because of emergency or because of a situation, you know, that has to happen, but it has to happen in the moment. But hearing that if my body just doesn't do something a little bit different right now, then all of the prenatal care I'm having right now, none of these doctors will be present for me for birth, and I'll have to give birth in a place I've never even been before, and you know, just a whole new set of people and a whole different plan. So I'm really hoping that my placenta moves up. Then they told us something even scarier. They said right here, so basically they told us that the baby has a white spot on the heart, which is like a calcification. So basically like bone shows up as white, and so they're showing like a little white dot on the baby's heart. And here's the thing, you get the comment of like, it's probably not gonna be any like a problem. That leaves room for it, but it could be. And that's an extremely scary feeling. I came home yesterday, I sobbed my face off, knowing that there's anything abnormal with the baby's heart, knowing that there's a potential issue with my placenta, knowing that just there are these factors that are sort of up in the air and not fully, I don't have full information regarding them, is a really scary feeling. And I don't like that at all. It makes me feel just really uneasy, and I'm starting to question everything. On top of that, my midwives told me yesterday that they have canceled home birth indefinitely. I say reverse the roles. If you wanted to have a hospital birth and you had your mind set on a hospital birth, but then someone told you you had to give birth at home, it's exactly the same. Sort of like you had an idea of what you were hoping for and what made you feel safe, and then it's not gonna be that way. I cried for like 8 hours. I mean, I was just an absolute mess yesterday. Just the baby and my placenta, and then canceling home birth because of COVID. And it just made me feel so up in the air, and like I had things planned and everything was good in my mind, and I was trying to have a really positive mindset with everything, and then it just sort of took that and jumbled it up and made it into something where it's like, I don't know, you know? It's like, your baby's probably fine. Probably is not very reassuring. Your placenta will probably move, but it could also not move. And it's just one of those things where it made me feel just so uneasy. So I came home and I researched for hours, because if there's one thing that I can do is research and look for anecdotal evidence from other people who have been through similar things and see how things came out for them. I saw probably like 15 YouTube videos from people saying that they also had Echogenic Intracardiac Foci, is what it's called. And that they went on to deliver perfectly healthy, no issues babies. So that was really reassuring. We also have had the cell-free DNA test and everything came back negative. And so it's reassuring to know that there are people out there who have been in the same situation, who have had everything be perfectly fine and normal. It is still scary because, you know, doctors deal with this all day long. You know, they see this stuff. They understand when they say like, it's really nothing we would worry about. But then they say, but there could be issues. To a first-time mom, that sounds extremely scary. And so I have seen people like myself sitting on camera doing the same thing, like, what does it mean? And I saw a video from somebody, I think he was a pediatric doctor or an OBGYN, and he was basically saying, especially when combined with other testing that came back negative, it's almost never an issue. Still, I hear that almost, and it's like, it's not fully reassuring to me, but it does help me feel like I'm making this into the worst case scenario in my mind, but it totally may be perfectly fine. So we're having another ultrasound in 8 weeks just to see if that echogenic intracardiac focus is gone or if it's still there. I realized in this part of the video I didn't even tell you what that means. I don't know what it means. Basically, it could mean nothing or it could mean something. And that is what we've been told, is that it could mean a higher risk and probability for the baby having Down syndrome, or it could mean literally nothing. For anyone that's wondering, like, what is it? Echogenic intracardiac focus. It is, they don't know. So that makes it extra scary. We're also gonna see if my placenta has moved at all, and if we're in the clear there for giving, you know, for having a vaginal birth. That's kind of where we are. So we've got 8 more weeks of this sort of uncertainty, but I have to live in a headspace that's not so negative, because yesterday I was so low. I couldn't do anything. I mean, it was just like, I was sobbing, like just, I wanted to sit on camera and talk yesterday, but I was like, this is not going to be helpful for anybody to see me in that state. Their main reasoning for canceling home birth was that they can't control the environment. They can control the environment of the birth center, but they can't control the environment of the home, which is really interesting to me. And maybe this is just like, maybe this is my thought process is wrong here, but it feels like interesting because my husband and I are the only 2 people that have been in our house. You know, like nobody else comes here. We don't have anyone over. Since the beginning of COVID, it's just him and I. We too will be in the birth center. What about the atmosphere is it that you need control? You need it sanitized? We can certainly sanitize it. We could get tested beforehand. But if it's us that are concerning, we will be in your birth center. So to me, it doesn't like make logical sense. I understand, trust me, I understand that it's all about keeping everybody safe and making sure that they are protecting themselves as care providers and, you know, not putting themselves in situations that make them uncomfortable. Well, equally, it's kind of putting me in a situation that makes me uncomfortable because, you know, while they, you know, don't want to come into my house because they're like, we can't control the environment, I have to go into theirs where I can't control the environment, you know what I mean? So I'm not trying to be that person. It's just really disappointing. It's really, really crummy, but I understand that everything, you know, is the way that it is, and it's just kind of the new normal right now, and we have to get used to it. But it's really hard to have something that you're looking forward to and to have this idea and then have that idea completely go away. You know, COVID has really been rough on everybody in 2020, and being pregnant during a pandemic is, I try to remain extremely positive, but it sucks. It sucks so much. Everything is just so much different than how you picture it being and how it once was. And I understand that, you know, it just is what it is, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't suck. You know, I'm not somebody that typically talks about this because I don't want to make it ever seem like I'm being too complaining or anything, but it's real, you know, if you're going through it and you're, you know, this is all new territory for us. Nobody knows how to navigate this really well, and I'm one of those people, you know. I never expected to be pregnant, first of all, but I especially never expected to be pregnant during a worldwide pandemic that changes the course of everything, you know. I know that so many people haven't even had their partners be able to come with them to ultrasounds and to doctor's appointments, and I'm fortunate to say that Zach has been able to come with me to those so far. I would be a mess if he wasn't. I am really codependent. So anyway, that's the update on the doctor's appointment, and we're now going to get back into the rest of the video where it is much more lighthearted, and I don't know any of this yet, and I was blissfully unaware of a couple of scary things, and talking about maternity clothes and stretch marks, so let's go. But we got to see the little baby, and it was so cute in there, wiggling around and moving, and it sucked its thumb, and it was so cute. I just can't believe I'm having a baby. It's still so hard for me to wrap my mind around the fact that it's actually going to happen, that I'm halfway done, that seemingly things are just going well. I'm really enjoying being pregnant so far. I mean, I have the uncomfortable moment, but who doesn't? You know, I mean, it's just part of it. My back really hurts today because I have to sleep with the bed elevated a little bit because I have such fiery heartburn that I have to sleep with the bed elevated, but when I sleep with the bed elevated, it hurts my back. So it's a catch-22. But other than that, I'm really, it's interesting. Like, I'm sure I might get uncomfortable eventually. I'm sure I might get to the point where I'm like, all right, I'm so uncomfortable and I just need this to be done. But right now, I don't feel that way. I feel like I'm relishing in what it is right now. And I'm just enjoying being pregnant and seeing my body change. It's so weird. I already got my first stretch mark. Damn it. I already knew it was going to happen. I do not have elastic skin whatsoever. There are some people out there that have that type of skin that can just stretch and stretch. My type of the skin is like, it doesn't have any, like, you can't grab it. It's not like stretchy. Like my sister, if you grab her arm and pull, like, it's like stretchy skin. I have the least stretchy skin. In fact, when I was 19 years old, it was so weird. Went on a little moment where I was like, I'm gonna eat whatever I want to eat whenever I want to eat it, because, you know, you move out for the first time, and I was like, I can eat whatever I want for breakfast. Anything. It's my first time living on my own. I'm gonna eat ice cream if I want for breakfast. I'm gonna have as many bowls of cereal as I want. I'm gonna eat a whole flat, a cup of noodles. And so I went on a moment where I was eating whatever I wanted whenever I wanted. That was at 19 years old, and I remember one day I was standing in, at the time he was my boyfriend, he is now my husband. I was standing in his bathroom, was about to get in the shower, and I looked down at my stomach and it had been really, really itchy. And I was like mind blown. I had like 25 stretch marks on my stomach, and they weren't like little, no, they were like big, giant, red, purple, huge stretch marks. And I was like, the fuck? These showed up overnight. They literally showed up overnight. And I was like, oh my God, those bowls of cereal really caught up with me. And I was like so upset with myself because I was like, oh my fuck, I can't, these will be there for the rest of my life. And they showed up overnight and they stayed. And now they're like fully white, you know, they like fade over time, which, you know, stretch marks happen, dude. They happen, but it taught me, and I knew it. As soon as that happened, I was like, dude, if I ever get pregnant, my stomach is going to be just stripes. I mean, it's 100% going to be. I wish I was one of those people that had super elastic skin. You look at some people's bellies and they're just like this most beautiful, round, perfectly tan, shiny, glowy, glistening beauty. And you're like, oh, just look at that pregnant belly. My belly, I like the shape of it and everything right now. Can't believe I'm even saying that. It's like big round thing, you know, it has nowhere to go but out. I'm only 5 feet tall, but I already know it's going to be absolutely just shredded with stretch marks, which honestly, it is what it is. I cannot help it. And I even said to my husband yesterday, God, he's such an angel. I said to him, I said, Zach, my stomach is going to be so intense. Like, it's going to be covered in stretch marks. And he was like, who cares? And I was like, I care. And he was like, why do you care? You're beautiful. And I'm like, babe, because, you know, if it was you, you'd probably feel the same way. And he's like, no, you're growing our baby. Like, it's not your fault. Like, it just is what it is. And they'll go away and it's no big deal. And I'm like, thanks. Like, you know, it's nice to just have him not even be concerned about it. Like, it's a non-issue. That's a really good feeling. But I got my first one. It's on the right side. It's a little one. It's only like an inch long. It's like this guy. But it won't be the last. I can tell you that much. This is 20 weeks. And I honestly can't believe, look at this tan line. Oh, farmer already. I honestly can't believe that this is how big I am already. What is my belly gonna look like at 40 weeks? I tell you what, I don't even know. It's gonna be a torpedo. And weirdly, I'm super okay with that. I think that I'm gonna, again, like I said, I'm probably gonna get uncomfortable. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm really short. So it's definitely gonna get to the point where I'm like having a problem. But it's weird. Some days I'll feel like I can't breathe at all, like I can't catch my breath. And then some days I'll wake up like today and I can breathe perfectly fine and I feel totally normal. When I feel the baby kick, it's really low. Let me know if you guys felt this way too, but when I feel it kicking, it's really, really, really low, vaginally low, like cervix. It feels like it's kicking my cervix. It's really, really weird feeling. It's just, you've never felt anything like that before. And I don't know how to describe it other than that. It's what it feels like. It now is to the point where it doesn't feel like, remember how I explained in that one video, which if you didn't watch it, I'll link it up here. But I explained in that one video that I felt the baby move for the first time. At 17 and a half weeks. That felt like roller coaster anxiety, like a fish swimming around. It's really not like that anymore. Right now, what it sort of feels like is that typical, like how people say it feels like a bubble popping. That's, I could definitely say it feels like a little, feels like somebody blowing a gum bubble and then it just like little pops in there. It's not uncomfortable anymore. It's definitely, it's jarring each time it happens. It like kind of makes me jolt a little bit, but like in a good way. It doesn't feel creepy anymore. It kind of just feels like what it is, you know? Like, especially when like you look up pictures of like what the size of a 20-week baby is like, you feel about that size of a hand or foot, just doing a little jabby here and there. I'm gonna read you my 20-week thing. I haven't done this. It's funny because back in the day when I was trying to conceive, I was gonna do weekly pregnancy vlogs and everything like that. And there's something that's happened in this time of my life. I don't feel like I am that person anymore. It's so interesting. But I will read you what's going on with little BB today. Your baby now looks very much like it will at birth, only smaller. Your baby may be busy sucking its thumb, yawning, and kicking up a storm in your uterus. Hair is growing on your baby's head and facial features are now formed. There is no need for an ultrasound to hear the heartbeat or the heartbeats, as a stethoscope is powerful enough to pick up the rhythmic beating now. The bone marrow is making blood cells by now, a job previously done by only the liver and spleen. Even your baby's intestines are absorbing small amounts of sugar from the ingested amniotic fluid. Your baby is now able to blink and the eyelashes and eyebrows are formed as well. Oh my gosh. This week, the baby is the size, there is no way the baby is the size of a freaking cantaloupe right now. Maybe. Okay, cantaloupe, kitten, or large popcorn. That's really big. What the heck? There's no way the baby's that big. It says right now, length is 10.51 inches, crown to heel, and weight is 12.7 ounces. And Zach and I actually, I pulled out like a little food scale that we have, and I put on 12.5 ounces to see how much that like feels like when you weigh it. And it's 2 cans of like Friskies cat food that we feed the outdoor cats. That's pretty heavy, okay? It's pretty stinking heavy. So we've got a heavy little Friskies in there. I'm gonna throw on a couple of faux freckles because you know what? I just feel like when I'm not wearing a lot of makeup, it just ties the whole face in. I'm definitely at the point now where I need to buy maternity clothes, okay? I no longer fit in anything. I tried putting on a pair of like the stretchiest, biggest shorts that I had the other day. Yeah, they wouldn't even come close to button it, like not even even a little bit close. So I think it's time to start looking into maternity clothes. The thing is that I went to Target the other day. It was the first time I have gone shopping since COVID. And I went into Target the other day and I looked at the maternity section, and you can't try anything on because of freaking COVID. So I am not one of those people that can just buy clothes. Because my body shape is an apple, I'm an apple through and through, you guys. Like, I have no hips, no curves, no butt, flat as a pancake. Not even talking shit about myself. It's just a fact of the matter. Hank Hill, okay? It's Hank Hill, but now I've got a belly. I have the hardest time buying pants, and pants are what I really need. Shirts, fine, I'm fine there. I mean, I would like to get some other things. I don't like flowy things. I'm not a fan of wearing really flowy stuff because I'm 5 feet tall and because I am really just, like my body shape, I feel like every time I wear something flowy, it makes me look bigger than I am. I need things to be a little bit more form-fitting, at least for me. Some people say that I don't dress well for my body type, and to that I say, I don't care, and you can't tell me what to do because you're not my real dad. There's something about wearing clothes like I'm wearing right now, this tight, even though it's form-fitting, it doesn't make me feel like I'm swimming in fabric. Plus it's hot as hell. So if you guys have any suggestions on maternity clothes, I will say it, everyone always recommends for me to go to Torrid. I really don't like Torrid's styles for myself. It's just not my personal style. A lot of people are saying ASOS maternity. I haven't had the best luck with ASOS, but again, I wasn't pregnant, so maybe it's a different now. I feel like everything I got fit me absolutely terribly. But let me know if you guys have any other suggestions. I've heard Pink Blush is one that people really like. I've never shopped there before, but I'm kind of more into like, I'm very simplistic with my clothes. I don't like frilly. I don't like billowy fabrics. I don't like peplum tops. I'm very like overalls, leggings, t-shirts, jeans. I'm very like casual with my dress. So if you guys have any suggestions for that, for good jeans, basically what I want right now is a pair of good jeans. Be nice and stretchy on the top, but nice and kind of tight in my legs, but stretchy still. That's what I need. And I'm also very petite, again, only 5 foot tall. So I need it to be able to like fit for my petite frame. But I've got this big belly now, so I've got to have it fit there. So my Lululemon leggings are what I wear like every single day because they just fit really nicely. But I don't want to just wear leggings the whole time. So I want some shorts, like jean shorts. I really like a light acid wash, nice colored, like how everyone wears those gold jeans, and everyone's like, they're the best jeans that exist in this earth. And then you go to look them up and they go up to like a size 26 waist, and you're like, hello, have you ever, hello? I literally could never fit it if I tried. So if you guys, and I'm not a fan of Torrid. So if you guys can recommend, plus Torrid is, I'm just going to say it, Torrid is the dumbly most expensive store. It's so stupid expensive. Like one shirt is like $70 and you're like, why? Does H&M have maternity? Because I kind of have good luck with H&M. That's somewhere that I've found a lot of things before. My favorite store to shop at for jeans typically is American Eagle. They just fit really nice, but I don't know if they have maternity, but let me know. And this is it for the face and makeup. So I'm going to head out now and we are going to go do yard work and be in the sunshine, and I'm gonna wear my garden hat, and it's gonna be so nice. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you have not yet, and I will see you at my next video.